on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life. Yo, what's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? I know I don't sound as intense as I usually do, but it's going down. So guess what? Turn it off, turn it all the way off. Now, yeah, how's everybody doing today? Now, please allow me to explain my lack of enthusiasm that usually comes with the beginning of the show. I have definitely been fighting a cold. I've been fighting a cold for the last over a week. I've been trying to get my voice back. I have a show that I'm starring in less than 2 weeks. And, you know, me dealing with a respiratory issue, this is not the time that I need to be doing all of that. So my vocal intensity is not where it usually is for an episode of Sports Plus Life, especially one with this much magnitude as far as the results of the days, particularly in professional football. But again, my name is Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that there's sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life as well. And, you know, before we get started, I got to shout out Too Tough Sports League, the Madden Gaming League that you can see on Twitch. And Twitch is the world's leading video platform and community for gamers. You want to join a real league? Too Tough Sports League. The season is kicked off. It's time to do some big things. We got some new coaches. We got some new rookies that's joining the league, or that has joined the league, excuse me. So definite shout out to Too Tough Sports League. My man Cash Sales holding it down in the Mississippi, as we're heard in Mississippi and in North Carolina as well, or wherever you get your podcast, whatever you listen to. But also definitely want to shout out Heather's Craft Haven. You know, that's my sis from another miss. It is about that time of the year. It's holiday time. If you guys want your ornaments, cups, or anything of that nature, Heather's Craft Haven, hit her up or hit me up, and I will let her know what you want, or or find her on Facebook as well. Heather Maxie Redford on Facebook as well, and you can get in contact with her as far as orders. And she's dope. She's really dope as far as what she does. Now, and a shout out to my family, not just my black and gold fam, but my fam in general. You know, I told you I need to go back to that because things are so precious in regards to life. But I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful week. And I just need to get this voice back because I have so much stuff to do. I need to be healthy to do them. Now, as far as election day goes, God bless you. Shout out to Terrell Pollard, my brother I grew up with, and I hope you win. That's as much information I can give you in regards to elections, because that is a Calvin and Tony thing. But are you guys ready to enter the realm of sports? I'm ready. You ready? We ready? They all ready. Let's get to it. Oh, we are now at the midway point of the NFL season. Still a lot of questions, very few answers. That's the way that I look at it. That's the way that I look at this past week of football. A lot of questions, very few answers. But the answers that we got were definitive answers. And even with some of the answers, they were left with still some questions, if you follow me on that one. So, you know, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The Thursday night football game was one that it was, if you're a fan of the team, if unless you were a fan of the team, it may have been a little hard to watch. But the Pittsburgh Steelers did beat the Tennessee Titans 20-16. A late touchdown pass to Deontay Johnson by Kenny Pickett, who I didn't even expect to play. I thought it was going to be Mitchell Trubisky. But I will say this about the Tennessee Titans. I believe that they have found their quarterback of the future. And I was wrong about Ryan Tannehill being out for the season, but I think the Titans looking at Will Levis and looking at the upside, particularly with the emergence of DeAndre Hopkins because of Will Levis, I believe they've found their quarterback of the future. Now, they lost this game, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Jacksonville has firm control over that division, at least from where the Titans are sitting at. But Pittsburgh, again, I mean, what can you say about Coach Mike Tomlin? I said this last week when Calvin said that he was the most underrated coach. I had to disagree. I said, I don't think he's underrated, but I do think he's underappreciated. There is no coach in this era of football who can do more with less, particularly at the quarterback position, than Mike Tomlin. There's nothing specific that Pittsburgh does well, but somehow, some way, they keep winning football games. They're 5-3. When you're ready to throw Pittsburgh in the toilet, you just can't, because Mike Tomlin does the one thing, that the most important thing that a coach can do for a team. He has his team prepared every week. Doesn't matter who's suiting up for him. If you are wearing black and gold, or black and yellow, you are prepared to play on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. And that's all credit to Mike Tomlin, because I don't think Kenny Pickett is it for you at quarterback. And I'm saying this after coming off of a win for them. I don't believe in Kenny Pickett, but I believe that this coach is going to have his team prepared, that he is a master motivator, a leader of men that will still, even after all of this time being in Pittsburgh, will still run through a wall for you. And there's something to be said for that. It's just called greatness. So the Pittsburgh Steelers sit at 5-3, not atop the AFC North, which is clearly the best division in football. I'll get into that in a minute. But the Steelers win. On the Sunday's games, the early one in Germany between the Chiefs and the Dolphins, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Miami Dolphins 21-14. Kansas City led 21-0 at halftime. Miami made a furious rally in the third quarter, but was unable to catch up with the Chiefs. And on a fourth down play, Tua fumbled a snap, and that's how the game ended. Tyreek Hill talked a lot of trash before the game, which was, nothing more than just hype, stuff to hype up the game. Nothing disrespectful to his former team. Excuse me. But again, that same question that I have about the Dallas Cowboys, I have with the Miami Dolphins. Can you beat a team that is relevant? Miami is now 6-3, still first place in the AFC East, but all 6 of your wins have come against teams with losing records. When you've taken a step up in competition, and the one thing I'll say, I guess moderately in the Dolphins' defense, is they've all been on the road, but I don't give a damn, because if you're a great team, you know how to win on the road. You've lost at Buffalo, at Philadelphia. This game wasn't in Arrowhead Stadium, so take that for what it's worth. And Kansas City has a great defense this season. They have a great defense. I'm still not sold on Kansas City's offense. Like, if you ask me who the top teams in the AFC or top teams in the NFL are right now, I can't say Kansas City, because I understand that they're the defending champions. But what I'm seeing this year, I don't know now, while their defense is great, I don't know if their style of football this year will beat a Baltimore or a Cincinnati who's now on fire. But if you're Miami, it's going to be a topic until you change the narrative. It's going to be a topic until you go out there and beat somebody with a winning record. You got 2 other teams in your division with winning records, with the Bills and the Jets. So maybe you can start there. But Chiefs beat the Dolphins. They go to 7-2. Miami falls to 6-3. On the Sunday's games, the Minnesota Vikings defeated the Atlanta Falcons. This has got to be the most Atlanta Falcons shit ever. Now, mind you, I picked the Atlanta Falcons to win this game because I knew that Kirk Cousins was out with the torn ACL, unfortunately, and I knew they were going to start a rookie at quarterback. Now, they made a trade to get Joshua Dobbs, who'd been the Cardinals' starting quarterback all year. And I didn't think he was going to play, not this game. I figured he would eventually be the starter, but I didn't think he would play this game because he hasn't even been there a full week. But the Vikings quarterback, the rookie, he gets a concussion. So Dobbs has to play. And not only does he play, they win. He plays well, particularly with his scrambling ability, and he wins. Like Josh Dobbs is like the Ace Ventura when he was faking to go in the middle hospital in the first one, Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Just put me in the game, coach. I know it's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological. I mean, because I'm sitting there watching that game, and he's already gotten them for a couple of good rushes. And so by the fourth quarter, I'm like, you guys haven't yet adjusted to put a spy on this dude who is clearly running the ball effectively. And if you're Joshua Dobbs, you started every game this season. But in a span of 4 days, you went from a team with just 1 win to a team that's surging now with 5 wins, and that, as of this moment, sits in the last wild card spot. I thought the Vikings were toast for this season. I could be wrong. So their win takes them to 5-4, 4 straight wins. The Falcons fall to 4-5. In Cleveland, now you talk about it now. Speaking of Joshua Dobbs, everybody was saying that the Arizona Cardinals were tanking before the season. You know, you get rid of Colt McCoy, who was your best quarterback on the roster at the time. You bring in Joshua Dobbs, who had like a week to learn the playbook. But the Cardinals, what was the word I kept using for the Arizona Cardinals? Feisty. I said the Cardinals have been a feisty bunch. They only had 1 win against the Cowboys, but they were a feisty bunch. But then you trade Josh Dobbs because Kyler Murray's supposed to be healthy. You trade Josh Dobbs, but you don't activate Kyler Murray. Clearly, you are tanking. And you go into Cleveland against the league's best defense, and you get shut out. Big surprise there. The Arizona Cardinals gained 50 yards total. An NFL team gained 50 yards in a game for an entire game. You are in the Caleb Williams business, Arizona Cardinals. Cleveland wins 27-0. Deshaun Watson returns from injury. Yeah, you would return when you play in the Arizona Cardinals with me as your quarterback. They win 27-0. They improve to 5-3 as well. On the Green Bay, no Matthew Stafford for the Rams. They lose to the Packers 20-3. Packers in their losing streak. Jordan Love actually did not throw an interception this game. On to New England. The Patriots versus the Commanders. Now, the Commanders got rid of pretty much their entire defensive line during the trade deadline. So this, to me, is a bad loss for the New England Patriots as they fell to the Commanders 20-17. New England is 2-shit. On to New Orleans, where the New Orleans Saints played the Chicago Bears. The Saints defense forces 5 turnovers. And now the Saints did one of the dumbest things that I've seen a team do, and I'm seeing this more often, and it really gets on my nerves. While the Saints won the game, they improved to 5-4. They now sit atop the NFC South, but the game was 24-17. I'll say with about more than half of the fourth quarter left to play. The Saints had 4th and 1, deep in Chicago territory. Now, a lot of people have been going for it on these situations. Me personally, I'm looking at the game and the way that game was being played. While the Saints defense did force 5 turnovers, that rookie quarterback Badgett for the Bears, he was able to move the ball on your defense. So the Saints went for it on 4th and 1 on a quarterback sneak, and they didn't convert. But it's not only the fact that you went for it when you could have scored 3 to go up 2 possessions. You quarterback snuck it with Derek Carr. Like, why did you do that? I understand that if you line up with Taysom Hill, the team is going to know what's coming. But so what? But again, the Saints get the victory. But if I'm an owner of a team and I see something that dumb done and it doesn't work, I'm that owner who's coming down, and I'm coming down from my press box, and I'm telling the coach, you make a call like that again, and I will fucking fire you. You know, just because I'm just in the business of wins and losses. But Saints win. They win. They're atop the NFC South. On to Baltimore, which was a big game between the first place Ravens and the first place Seahawks. It was a big game before kickoff, because after that, The Ravens just kicked the shit out of the Seahawks. We have to start paying attention to the Baltimore Ravens as a legit Super Bowl threat. Now, I understand that. I've seen this movie play out. This looks very familiar to the 2019 movie that I saw, where I saw Lamar Jackson become a unanimous MVP. But it didn't work out in the playoffs. But that was that season. This is this season. There was a lot of hype on this game because Seattle was 5-2 coming in. But the Seahawks did to Seattle what they did to Detroit 2 weeks ago. You brought them into Baltimore and you beat the shit out of them. Lamar Jackson didn't account for any of the 37 points. They rushed for almost 300 yards. The Baltimore Ravens defense is real. I don't think they're as good as the Cleveland Browns, but they sitting right now today, they are a top 3 defense in this NFL. The Ravens are scary. They are. On to Houston, where the shootout of the day between the Texans and the Buccaneers. C.J. Stroud is special, you guys. C.J. Stroud has to have the Carolina Panthers thinking, what did we not do? Why did we not pick this guy number 1 overall? And that's not a shot at Bryce Young, but C.J. Stroud is better. And DeMeco Ryans, as a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback, they're 4-4. Didn't think that would happen. Now, you can't blame this Tampa Bay loss on Baker Mayfield, not one bit. When you put up 37 points, because the defense didn't account for any of the points, when you put up 37 points and you lose because you give up 39, you give up a touchdown drive with 46 seconds left after Baker Mayfield led you on a touchdown drive, you got to look at the defense. Baker Mayfield, to me, has played well. But C.J. Stroud, that dude is special. So the Texans, they are so headed in the right direction. Texans are 4-4. In in Carolina, as we get to the late game window, in Carolina, the Panthers, coming off of their first win of the season last week, have to deal with 2 Bryce Young pick sixes against the Indianapolis Colts. They lose 27-13. Colts are 4-4 as well. 4-4 or 4-5, one of the two. Panthers are 1 and shit. In Las Vegas, the Raiders, with new interim coach Antonio Pierce, who was a linebacker for the New York Giants, inspired his Raider team to a victory over his former team as a player, which he won a Super Bowl with, the New York Giants, 30-6. And it has officially become a dumpster fire for the 2023 season for the New York Giants. Daniel Jones tears his ACL. Sorry to hear that. Tyrod Taylor is now on injured reserve. Daniel Jones tore his ACL yesterday without being touched. And it's just weirder and weirder to see how these injuries are taking place. But the Raiders are 4-5. Somehow, someway, after they fired Coach Josh McDaniel, which to me was warranted. But they're 4-5. They now have a big victory, 30-6. So we'll see where things go from there. In Philadelphia, the most talked about game of the week between the Eagles and Cowboys. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. 28-23, they beat the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, same message I'm going to give you that I gave the Miami Dolphins. When are you going to beat a team that's relevant? I don't care. And this is, when I was watching Undisputed this morning, this is what makes me root so hard against the Cowboys. Skip Bayless and Michael Irvin are trying to argue Keyshawn Johnson down about, hey, the Cowboys look better than the Eagles. No, you didn't, because you lost. Skip Bayless specifically asked Keyshawn Johnson a question. He said, which team looked better to you yesterday? Keyshawn Johnson said, the Philadelphia Eagles. Skip Bayless said, how? The Cowboys outgained them, blah, 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 blah. Keyshawn Johnson said, because they won. This is why I root so hard against the Dallas Cowboys, because, for one, they get unnecessary, unjustified publicity for a team that hasn't won anything in almost 30 years. And when they lose, you try to take some punk-ass moral victory. Well, we outgained the Eagles. Dak Prescott threw for almost 400 yards. He didn't have any interceptions. But guess what? You lost the fucking game. And the Eagles did everything to give you the fucking game. You lost the game. It's what it is. The Eagles drove on in the second half. The Eagles had a couple of those gut-punching long drives that put them up 28-17. Dallas came back. They were in position to win the game before Dak Prescott gets sacked by Sweat. But it doesn't, again, I don't give a damn about what the numbers look like or how much the Cowboys outgained the Eagles and this, that, and third, and CeeDee Lamb had almost 200 yards receiving. Good for you. Did it equal to a W? The only numbers that matter to me are the numbers on the scoreboard at the end of the game. And at the end of the game, the scoreboard said Philadelphia Eagles 28, Dallas Cowboys 23. And that win-loss record and the standings, it's going to say Philadelphia Eagles 8-1, Dallas Cowboys 5-3. I don't care about the numbers and how something may have looked. Guess what? You lost. This is another game where the Philadelphia Eagles did not play well, did not even play close to their potential, but you still found a way to win. That's what I'm talking about when I say battle-tested. When these situations come up in close games, you know how to handle yourself. You're equipped to handle yourself. I don't care that Dak Prescott didn't throw for any interceptions. The best way for him to end that game was to win that game, and he didn't. Again, the Cowboys' 5 wins have come against teams who are not good. The Cowboys are going to throw up 50 next week against the Giants. They don't have a quarterback. The Giants are pathetic. The Cowboys will win by 50, and all of the talking heads will be riding the Cowboys' dick for beating a team that is sorry. But every time they go up in competition, they lose. This isn't me hating. This is factual evidence. Same thing with the Miami Dolphins. Only difference is the Miami Dolphins are sitting in first place in their division. Dallas ain't winning the NFC East. Sorry, it's not going to happen. And the Eagles, this is a perfect time for them to have a bye week because they're banged up in their own right. Jalen Hurts has a knee issue. Dallas Goedert just broke his forearm yesterday, so he'll be out probably about a month. But be that as it may, Philadelphia finds ways to win games all the time. It is what it is. And, yesterday, after the game, I did the podcast with a small podcast with Sean and Tony. Sean being an Eagles fan, Tony being a Cowboy fan. And it got a little out of hand. So I ended up having to cut it short and edit it because it got a little out of hand because it started getting personal over a football game that nobody's getting a check over. So I had to stop that there. But bottom line is, if you're a Cowboy fan, you lost. And I don't want to hear nothing about no moral victory. Well, hey, Dak outplayed Jalen Hurts. Okay, but Jalen Hurts got the victory. CeeDee Lamb outplayed A.J. Brown. Okay, but A.J. Brown got the victory. So, I mean, that's just what it is. I don't give a fuck when they say numbers don't lie. Numbers can be deceiving because, yes, all of the numbers in that game favored the Dallas Cowboys, except for the scoreboard where it mattered the most. So, Eagles win, fly, Eagles fly on the road to victory. Sunday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals against the Buffalo Bills. Boy, and I tell you, Joe Burrow is back. They're back, baby. Bengals win 24-18. And for that to be a one-possession game, never once did I have the feeling that Buffalo was going to win. Never once did I have the feeling that Cincinnati was not in control of this game. When Joe Burrow was healthy, again, I've been saying this now for the past 3 years. They have the best collection of skill set players in the league. And I'm not saying that they're the most that their 3 receivers are the most talented 3 receivers, even though Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd are plenty talented. But that combination of them with Joe Mixon is the best in the league. And I've been saying this since 2021. And I'm not going to backtrack on it. They're healthy. They've won 4 games straight. There's only one team that may be scarier than them right now. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Now, check this out. If the playoffs started today the entire AFC North division would qualify. Do I think that's going to last? No, I do not. I don't. I eventually see Pittsburgh falling, not by a lot, but just on pure talent and execution. Because I'm not worried about the Bengals. I ain't worried about the Bengals at all. And I mean, and Cleveland, their defense is real. It's some major league games coming up, particularly in the AFC. So the Bengals move to 5-3, 4 straight wins. Buffalo falls to 5-4. Right now, currently, if the playoffs started today, they would be out. So they're going to be major league questions in Buffalo for a team that at the beginning of last season was seen as the favorite to win it all. Now, you may be thinking their window of opportunity to win a Super Bowl has closed. Cold game. Cold game. Now, Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers defeated the New York Jets, I want to say 27-6, in a game where the New York Jets defense held the Chargers to under 200 yards offense. But you had a bunch of turnovers by Zach Wilson. Every time the Jets win a game, it's like they glorify it. And I understand you want to see this kid do good, but you really know he's not the answer. And I said this last week. I said, or 2 weeks ago, I said the New York Jets are in the same position they were in last year. They're not making no playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is going to try to rush back. I guess he needs to try to rush back from an Achilles injury to keep himself motivated. But if he's rushing back to keep himself motivated, that must be the only reason, because they're not going to be in position to make the playoffs. Not in this loaded ass AFC, where the whole AFC North right now is currently sitting in playoff spots. I mean, that's just what it is. So that's the football wrap-up. And as scheduled, as usual, I got the fellas with me right now. That is, even as I still struggle with a voice, Brother Sean, Big C, what it do, fellas? Another crazy week. We're at the mid-season point now, and the AFC is more. The AFC to me is more of a toss-up. But the NFC is Philadelphia, Detroit, and everybody else right now. That's pretty much the way I'm looking at it. Because the Niners and the Seahawks both are at 5-3, and then in the NFC South, the Saints are 5-4. And I'll just leave it at that. So, but first, how you guys doing?
I'm all right.
Did y'all?
I'm doing good.
I know you're doing good. Did you do your patriotic duty and vote?
A call.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah, a call.
Okay, all right, I'm proud of y'all. Yeah, I actually did too. This is the first time I ever voted for something other than the presidential election.
Really?
Really. Shame on me. I know. Don't judge me. But anyway, Mr. Best Record in the NFL, I'll start off with you. What was your takeaway from the entire week 9 of this NFL to L season?
We beat them bitch-ass Cowboys. Bitch-ass Cowboys. You heard me.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know me. I was excited about that game. It could have went anyway. I'm going to start with that one first. It definitely could have went anyway. What is that? One of y'all niggas on a tugboat?
No, what are you talking about?
Or is that just me? That's the sound, Brandon.
Oh, really? And I can't hear it.
Motherfucker sound like he on a boat. Where you going to, man? You going to another?
I need to.
But yeah. Like I said, it was a tough game. I'm not gonna say we sat there and beat their ass. It was a very tough game. A lot of penalties on both sides of the ball. And we playing with injured quarterback and still came out on top. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, I felt good about that game. You know what I mean? As far as everything else, Joshua Dobbs, man, somebody need to put some respect on that man's name. You heard me? Because he's just going everywhere and just showing up like he should be a starting quarterback, and they just passing that man around from team to team like he ain't nobody.
Yeah, it's like his 15. It's like his 5th team in the last 2 years.
Yeah, bro, and he's just like doing this thing like ain't nobody saying fuck it, you can have him, fuck it, you can have him, and the man showing up and being a serviceable quarterback, man. So shout out to him and for that, man. Let's see, what other games we could talk about? Baltimore.
Oh well, boy.
But Baltimore doing their thing, you know what I mean?
They look scary.
I really thought that was going to be a game with that defense, and they was going to get physical and stuff like that. But they made them boys look soft, man. They really made Geno look bad. Geno was doing his thing over there, and them boys couldn't get nothing off. So
didn't they do the same thing 2 weeks ago to Detroit?
Yeah. Shout out to the Ravens, man. Looking like they really something serious over there. You better watch out for them boys over there. They I don't know how much they sleeping on them over there. I ain't really been into the media, nothing like that. But they look like they tough. They a tough contender, tough knockoff. Well, it's always like that as long as Lamar is healthy, I want to say. But he's always seems to be, knock on wood, coming down with some kind of injury, and then they always have to go to they back up.
It usually happens right around the beginning of December.
Yeah, it get a little cold. Them bones get a little frail, and he out for a couple of days or whatever the case may be. But yeah, they looking pretty good. The Miami and Chief game again. Miami doing what everybody say they doing. They can't beat teams over 500 that really are about something. They just keep looking like
they got that cowboy syndrome.
Yeah, even though they have so many other, like I said, so many other weapons, and like you would think with that defense that they had them corners and everything, and getting Jalen Ramsey back, that they would still be able to do something. But their offense can't. I don't know what it is with Mike McDaniels and people who actually are good. They just can't get over that hump, and they need to do something about that before the season ends. Before they get into the playoffs, or they're gonna get one and done as soon as they get up in there. Excuse me. Shout out to the Raiders, as I thought they would show up because they got rid of that non-coaching Bill Belichickian dude that shouldn't even be having a coaching job, but still somehow seems to get one. And they showed up, and Antonio Pierce played out like I thought they would because they're excited to get him out there with his dictatorship, not knowing what he's doing with that talent.
You see them niggas after the game? They was smoking cigars like they just won the fucking Super Bowl.
They did. They got rid of him. It felt like the Super Bowl. It felt like a championship getting rid of that dude. You know what I mean? So, shout out to them for doing that. Congratulations on them for getting that win. They needed that. C.J. Stroud looking like the next coming.
Nigga.
God. That boy out there throwing dots got the Houston looking good. You see they done their quarterback now. They just time
no
to fill.
question about it. No question about it. That's not an issue. They already got half the battle won. Man, bro, tell me about it. This
How you think they feel?
This is the time where Houston can strike now because people are going to want to come play with C.J. Stroud and for DeMeco Ryans. This is the time for Houston to strike now to really build their team up before it's C.J. Stroud contract time, because that motherfucker is the truth.
He balling, but it's still going to be difficult because, like I said, there's so many teams in the AFC, like, in so many spots. Like, you still need to build that team around him. You did good with him. Now it's time to draft good again. You know what I mean? So you need to bring some young talent, get that man like some legitimate weapons, build that defense up, get him that line.
I think in 2 years, the AFC South may be the best division in football. Because, Houston has their guy, Jacksonville has their guy with Trevor Lawrence, and I believe Tennessee with Will Levis. I believe he's their guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Will Levis. They named him starter. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tannehill. Even when Tannehill,
it's over. His era is over.
That man. Yeah,
it's over.
He about to be a commander next year.
Yup.
He about to be a Commander.
Or a Viking.
See that happening. Yeah, that or a Viking. I don't know, because it'd be funny if Kirk Cousins went back to the Commanders. That'd be hilarious.
No, I think Kirk Cousins gonna stay with Minnesota. They fucking, for whatever reason, they fucking love him there. But I can see Tannehill with Washington. You may hit that one dead on the head.
There. He's vouching for him. So I mean, that's going to be hard for them not to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Definitely. Will Levis is looking pretty decent over there. Let's see here. The Giants going Giant. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing really happening over there. In the division, there's only two teams to talk about, is us and the Cowboys. But,
yeah, that's it. Even though, how do you lose to the Commanders if you're New England? They got rid of their whole defensive line. How the fuck do you lose to them?
I really thought that they were going to be able to do something, but I mean, it's time for Bill Belichick. They need a new face over there. It's time for Belichick to go ahead and pack that thing up, man. We didn't already seen what it looked like without Tom Brady for at least 2 years now.
Well, here's Belichick's out now. I can go get Josh. No, here's his out. I can go get Josh McDaniels to come back.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
But you know that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but he still got to deal with them other teams in that division, and I mean, I don't see them really doing too much over Buffalo and Miami, and then probably the Jets again, because we all know that even if A.A. Rod don't come back next year, Zach Wilson ass ain't gonna be there for sure.
Yeah. What about the Bengals? You spoke about Buffalo. What about the Bengals?
Oh yeah, the Bengals, man. The Bengals are looking good. Like I thought. I mean, with a healthy Burrow, the Burrow's looking real healthy, getting the job done over that boy. So I mean, they got a sneaky good game coming up this week too with the Texans. That's gonna be dope to see what Stroud can do against them too, and him against Burrow. That's gonna be pretty tough. But they still coming together. They only needed for him to get healthy, and they starting to work their magic over there.
Quick fact check, you guys. If the playoffs started today, the entire AFC North division would be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I've seen that. You talking about with the Steelers and all this?
Yeah, because Baltimore is 7-2, and everybody else is 5-3.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's the real deal right there. That's the division right there to fight for. That's the toughest division. And Lucky Brandon Staley got a victory out of this week, because he was definitely out the door if he didn't with that team.
He need to be out the door any damn way. He need to be out the door anyway, but you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty out. He just prolonged it another week, but I'm pretty sure he won't make it through this season. But
I'm willing to bet that he will.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. And as a Bronco fan, I'm all for it, because he is what's holding Justin Herbert back.
They ain't going to keep that man there, boy. It's going to take 1 or 2 L's. If he lose these next 2 games, I can promise you he ain't going to be there, because the Raiders already said F it and got rid of their coach. So I'm pretty sure they're going to follow suit over there like F it. We need to do the same thing and start over and start finding this coach before they get one, because he ain't it, right? They need somebody better. With that team, they got too good of a team, too good of a quarterback to be playing like they playing right now. So,
all right,
I don't think he's gonna make it through this year with that one.
Well, Calvin, no, go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just saying, but like I said, that's what I've seen this week. A lot of tough games, a lot of tough matchups, and again, we beat the Cowboys.
Y'all did, and look, man. Calvin, before I hand you the floor, I told Calvin this yesterday. I said I was watching Undisputed. I said, and I was just listening to Skip Bayless and Michael Irvin try to drill into Keyshawn Johnson's head that the Cowboys are better than the Eagles. I said, this is why I root so hard against them, because of people like that. Skip Bayless with a straight face is gonna ask Keyshawn, which team looked better to you yesterday? And Keyshawn said, Philadelphia. He said, how? He said, they won.
Exactly.
But they're like, but look at the numbers. And Michael Irvin's like, but if you look at the numbers, this is a situation where every now and then numbers can lie. Numbers can be deceiving. I don't care if the Cowboys outgained them 2-1. The only numbers that matters is the final score on the scoreboard.
They out here trying to get moral victories, because that's what the Cowboys.
Fuck a moral victory.
They need more victories. Like, oh, they're the best team. We played tough with them. We should have beat them. No, motherfucker, y'all a division rival. All of our games are tough. Even no matter what the hell it looks like, y'all know us. We know y'all. It's a tough rivalry. So it's always gonna be like that. But guess what? Y'all came out on the loser side. And put it this way, we didn't even play our best football that game.
Y'all haven't played your best
football.
Y'all haven't played your best football all year, but you're still 8-1. This is what I'm talking about when I say battle tested.
Yeah, but Dak Prescott sure played his good, hell of a game, one of his top-notch jokes, and still came out on the
and you lost. Exactly. Dak outplayed Jalen Hurts, but guess what? You lost.
You who the best team.
Exactly. I'm sorry.
All I got to see is that they was praising them all week, and all I've heard after that, I was in here trying to see, you know what I'm saying, see what everybody would say about us or talk about us. But they too busy kissing their ass talking about, oh, they should feel good about this. They should feel good about this. Let that shit reverse. They would have dogged us and told us how good the Cowboys are, and they wouldn't say shit about us. But, you know, whatever. They can have a more victory.
But y'all got the actual victory.
5-3.
Exactly. But all right, Calvin, your review of this week.
Only thing that stick out to me the most is how crispy Carlton Davis looked all day, man. I looked like Joe Montana out there on the same route, on the same part of the field.
Oh God.
Bowles I told you beginning of the season, Bowles is going to be gone. Bowles only supposed to be a head coach. He was there to appease Brady. Bowles going to be gone, and the offensive coordinator we got is going to be coach, which I would be all for right now, because the secondary has been doing the same thing for 3 years, and that's giving up shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a quarterback that can just score all the time, we can't score all the time. The defense is null and void. So that's that.
You can't blame that on Baker Mayfield. Well, Baker Mayfield put up 37 points. I mean, goddamn.
Baker Mayfield is
not the problem.
Center of the problem. We don't have no running game, and we can't stop the run. We can't run, and we can't stop the deep pass. And if you add all that up, you're gonna be barbecue chicken all day long. Yeah, the Raiders. You said they act like they won the Super Bowl. Well, they felt like they accomplished something. The Super Bowl is about accomplishing a goal, and the goal was to get rid of him. So yeah, I say they won a Super Bowl. They did. They set out what they did what they had to do to survive. They got rid of the biggest problem. They said that man was shelling himself after the players on the meeting. They ripped into him hard. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let him take his medicine. And you said bring him back to New England. If Belichick can't coach the Patriots without Tom Brady, you think McDaniels can coach the Patriots without Tom?
Well, what I'm saying is that McDaniels was the offensive coordinator Mac Jones' rookie year when they went to the playoffs. That's really the only thing Belichick has to hang his hat on.
Yeah, well, I don't see that happening. Let me see. The Cowboys and the you know, that went how we thought it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying take no moral. I mean, you lost. You know what I'm saying? They lost. They lost the game.
They lost the game.
They lost the game. You know, it was a close game. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take solace in the fact that they didn't mollywop you like they do most everybody else, well, that's cool. But they ain't been mollywopping a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. A kill is a kill. You know what I'm saying? The Bills, they continue to implode for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with them. They continuing on.
They had a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball.
They got a lot of issues is what they got.
Well, I hope those issues continue next Monday night.
Yeah. That's right. I got you.
Exactly.
The Chargers, like he said, dude is on life alert right now. You know, they ain't pulled the plug yet. They just waiting for all the family to get in town before they pull the plug and say they goodbye to that coach, because he has found creative ways to lose games over the years. It's just time to go.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Burrow is back.
He is back, baby.
You know what I'm saying? The AFC North is almost like Game of Thrones. Like, Burrow had the division. It was Burrow's boys that had that division locked up. went away, turned his back for a minute, and you got a new king threatening to take everything. Lamar Jackson's on a scorched earth mission. I mean, they are ravaging and pillaging every goddamn thing. I like.
Doesn't it remind you of the 2019 Ravens?
Yeah, man. Mike Tomlin is still proving why I think he should be coach of the fucking universe.
I mean, really.
He's pulling wins out of his ass with people that I could have been playing quarterback out there, and like he's going. He is just doing his thing, man. We can't say enough about that dude. I don't care what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna speak his name every time I get on here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Cleveland Browns defense, I mean, they put a shutout up.
Yeah, they still. Yeah, that is the surprise of the year for real. How well that defense is. I mean, they're not surprisingly good, but how elite they look. You know? Yeah,
they're the best D, and they're the best D in the league, hands down. And it's not even that close, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Ravens fans would like to have a word with me right now about that, but I still think Cleveland's defense is slightly better.
Well,
I say that because Baltimore took two of the top NFC teams in their house and just trashed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they still doing they doing their thing. The Chiefs, still the team to beat until somebody beat them when it matters. And they still the team to beat. They still have that championship DNA. I don't care what nobody say. They still to me, they still the top team in it.
It's crazy because them and Philly seem like it's like they're winning games the exact same way. You know, I mean, Eagles offense looks way better, but it's like it's just the games are just a lot closer. Now, I have way more faith in the Eagles than I do the Chiefs at this moment. I have more faith in Baltimore than I do in the Chiefs right now at this very moment. But again, they just keep winning.
Oh, well, okay. All right. But like I said,
yeah. Well, because you get up 21-0, and the 27 of those 21 points came from a defensive touchdown, and then Miami's defense holds you to under 100 yards for the rest of the game. That's not going to work against Baltimore. That's not going to work against Cincinnati. That's all I'm saying.
If is a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
If you can say on one game, it don't matter, you lost, then you have to do the same thing for them. They lost.
Yeah, they lost.
The Cowboys lost.
Oh, no, I'm not giving Miami no moral victories because to me, them and the Cowboys have the same syndrome. You're getting fat off of teams that aren't good. And Miami's schedule, they should win, honestly, they should win their next 5 games. So you're really not going to know who they are as a team because their next 5 games are against opponents that they should beat. So they're going to be fat with 11 wins and 3 losses. But, you know, when it's time for the rubber to meet the road, like Sean said, they may mess around and be one and done with a home playoff game.
Okay, well, until that happens, they still the team to beat in the NFL.
I was talking about the Dolphins right there, not the Chiefs.
Oh, the Dolphins? Oh,
I said the Dolphins' next 5 games are against teams that they should beat. They got the Raiders, the Jets, Washington, Tennessee, and then the Jets again. Before Christmas Eve, they play Dallas.
I don't know. Even last year, I always felt like the Dolphins, even when they was like, because they weren't healthy the whole year, I just feel like they just look light in the ass. Like, yeah, they fast, but shit, they don't hit nobody. They can't get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got it's like they fiberglass out there. Yeah, they fast. They the Corvette, but when you something smash them against them, they can't bang with nobody. That's what I'm saying about them. But I mean, it works for them when they need to. It's just like you said, when you dealing with somebody that's gonna put hands on you, all that shit go out the window. But yeah, it is what it is. It's moving. We just moving forward. We getting down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, you guys. I just wanted to make this quick announcement that everybody better watch out because the LA Rams is coming. They about to come and kick ass and take names. They have signed Carson Wentz.
Wentz. Jesus.
You better guard your grill.
Audience of one.
Yes. The Rams, Carson Wentz is going to Hollywood.
Timothy himself.
It's over for the
Wentz Wacket. It's over, nah. Carson Wentz on the Rams. Oh shit, we better watch the fuck out.
And
These niggas over there be sweet.
NFC team signed Carson Wentz. I said, oh shit.
I mean, I said, whoa. I said, boy. I said,
I mean, my thing is the boy. I still believe, like, cause I seen it. Like, he got it. It's just his mindset, bro. His mentality fucked him up, and his arrogance fucked him up. Cause the boy got the talent, nigga. Like, I seen the shit. I watched him. Like, I watched him do it.
I seen it too.
You know?
we all seen it.
But he can't get out of his own fucking way, bro.
That's one of the mysteries. I would love to know what happened in that scenario. Like,
I'm going to tell you what happened. This is what happened. Nick Foles won the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I was
That's
about
what
to say
happened.
that. If you saw somebody take his own, like, it's almost like, is it like somebody watching somebody fuck your wife? You know what I'm saying? Like, and your wife, you know what I'm saying? And then the wife in the scenario is playing quality football. You watch somebody take what you built and just take them over the top, and it's just never been the same.
Let me put it this way. Carson Wentz was the Joe Smith of the marriage. And then, you know, when he had to step aside, Joe Smith's wife turned into Nick Foles, and that fans only account got so good it won them a trophy. And then the fans was like, well, do we really need you? And then the next year when he got hurt again and Nick Foles damn near took him back to back, then everybody's really looking at him with a side eye. I just wanted to reference that because all jokes aside, that was some disrespectful ass shit that woman did to Joe Smith. But we'll talk about that later. Okay, but yes,
I'm just saying, me as a fan, and at that time we were starving for success and for a Super Bowl because we haven't had one. You know what I mean? And for the city to put so much on Carson, and he was so loved, and everybody was like, Carson, and then he just got injured, and Nick just came in his house and was like, oh man, I know what to do in here. I know what your wife like. I know how to take that, and it's just like, and he did it, and everybody was just like in awe of Nick, and like you could see the hurt in his eyes, almost like he was just not even like, nobody cared about him no more, you know what I mean? Because Nick already did it. So his ego and psyche was broke right there, and he just ain't been the same since that. But
and it's not just the fact that what Nick Foles did. It's the fact that was Nick Foles' second time being in that house. He had already been in that house in Philadelphia. This was his second time in that house, and then he went up in there and he beat the best. He ain't just beat anybody. Like, niggas wouldn't have cared if they had to beat Jacksonville that year in the Super Bowl. This nigga beat Brady and Belichick, and he outgunned Brady in that game.
I think I remember. I can't. I remember. I know I remember questioning why the fuck they got rid of him the first time.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
They got rid of him the first time because they wanted to clean house anything that had to do with Chip Kelly. While Andy Reid drafted Nick Foles, it was Chip Kelly who put him in for Michael Vick. And he had that one great season in 2013 where he had 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. They went to the playoffs. The next season, not so much. The season after that, not so much. So then he goes to St. Louis, plays with Jeff Fisher, no dice. Then Andy Reid brings him to Kansas City to back up Alex Smith. And then after that, you draft Patrick Mahomes in the draft, and you're like, okay, well, I don't need you no more. I remember watching the story. He said he was about to retire. And then Peterson was like, well, no, I could use you as a backup. You know, Philly, you know this organization. You didn't take in this team to the playoffs. And that was that. And still, even after Carson Wentz left, after this time, the only place he plays well at is Philadelphia. And Carson Wentz can't tell. Carson Wentz is one of them people where he has to be the guy. If there's any question about his status of being the guy, he folds like a cheap tent because he went to a college where he was the guy.
So what happened when he went to Jacksonville? He was the guy in Jacksonville.
No, no, I'm talking about that's how Carson Wentz is. Nick Foles just don't play well anywhere else but Philly.
Yeah, okay. I got my white boys mixed up. Okay. I got you. I got you. Yeah, okay.
But Sean McVay is really trying to stir up the pot.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, he need to. They couldn't depend on Ripken. I mean, he could. He was looking horrible, and like I said, I seen it. So I will hope that this time that nobody wanted to deal with him, and he's been out of football, that he understands that, like, yo, this is my shot, and he put that joint together, because I feel the boy was decent when I seen him. It's just the fact that he wasn't mentally ready to be in Philly. Philly was too much for him. You know what I mean? So
was Indianapolis, and so was Washington.
Yeah, we broke him, and somebody else tried to get him and fix him, but we broke him so bad, like he didn't know what to do with himself. So he probably needed this time away to get his mind right, and maybe he come in with a different attitude. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But we'll see.
That's a good point, because as you sit and think about it now, try to say something. As soon as Foles hosted that Lombardi Trophy, you became another quarterback that couldn't get it done in a sports town, in a vicious sports town. Like, kind of in some ways, he kind of went under McNabb. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever reason, it's like, they kind of look at hold McNabb in more regard than.
Well, they should. McNabb up to this point is the greatest quarterback in the history of that franchise.
It was the pressure, bro. It's like now you chasing Nick Foles to get a Super Bowl.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, okay, you look at Eli Manning. Now, Eli Manning, nobody on here gonna argue was probably at one of the most talented quarterbacks you ever seen in your life. And even after his 2 Super Bowls, he struggled. But a town like that, look how that town, because it's a vicious sports town. They didn't the love for him never wavered, and they'll never put anybody. Their love for him will never waver.
Well, the question to ask. Go ahead, Calvin. I'm sorry.
Same way with Nick Foles and Philly. Like they were forever. Like Sean, y'all always love Nick Foles, right or wrong?
Oh yeah, he won us a Super Bowl, nigga. Hell yeah,
Super Bowl. He can do no wrong, right?
Nope.
Okay, so it's only a certain amount of spots at that table when it comes to our teams, and Nick and Carson Wentz just ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Carson got up from that table because we still gave Carson that love. Carson got up from that table, one, because his attitude.
They gave him a contract extension after that.
Yeah, his attitude towards them making decisions to get Jalen, when the only reason we got Jalen is because you couldn't stay healthy when we needed you to stay healthy in them times we needed you. Nick Foles came in for you twice, and then we sent another guy in there, McNown, in you for your third time. So yeah, we have to invest in a backup that might be worth a fuck because you can't stay healthy.
When they drafted Jalen Hurts, I knew it was over for him then.
Bruh, it was in the second round, yeah. Because we don't put money in the motherfuckers. We just don't plan to do nothing.
Because the offseason before is when they gave Carson Wentz his mega deal. For 365 days later, for you to draft Jalen Hurts.
And to be fair,
after he took him to the playoffs, mind you. I'm sorry.
Jalen Hurts was never supposed to be a second round quarterback. He was always supposed to. He has always, like I keep saying, he's always been that dude. He has always been the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had not moved to Alabama,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, it was him moving. It was him going to Lincoln Riley that made his draft stock go up. Because remember, Nick Saban, sat him for Tua, and Jalen Hurts was there first, and he sat him for Tua. So it was really Jalen Hurts going to Oklahoma for that extra year under Lincoln Riley and being second in the Heisman votes that really got his draft stock up for real.
My point is, even when he was at Alabama playing, I looked at him, I said, that man going to the first round. And he ain't proving me. He's doing a terrible job right there at proving me wrong. I always thought he was a first-round quarterback. since his Alabama days. That's my point. I guess that's how I should put it.
Yeah, I mean, I really ain't know shit about it because, you know, I really, at that time, ain't really pay attention to college football. You know what I mean?
Still don't. That's all right. You still don't. That's okay.
Yeah, still don't. I ain't gonna say that. Still don't. And then, but seeing them come in there, I don't pay attention until it's time for us to get with names and we looking at people. That's when I start paying attention to college because I start looking at their prospects and what they did in there to see if they fit the kind of caliber of the kind of team that we should be. And when we picked them up, and we seen them. I like what I saw. I like the boy mentality. And shout out to Howie Roseman for making that move because it was probably the best move in a long time to turn your franchise around. It was franchise changing. That was a franchise changing move. So shout out to Howie for that shit, bro.
That man always been in there. Who was their quarterback? Who was the Alabama quarterback before him? Like McElroy or something like that?
Before who? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
I don't think it was McElroy. I think it may have been may have been AJ McCarron.
And he was the first one that you really like. He was the first one, like, because he was starting for them like in the kind of like in the middle or towards the end of the middle of Alabama's run. Right or wrong? Am I right?
Who? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was starting as a freshman. Like he came in the door starting.
Right. He was the first one. My point is, he was the first Alabama quarterback you looked at that you paid attention to.
Yeah. Because Alabama quarterbacks he's the first one who actually really started performing well on the NFL level. Right.
And you know him as clean cut Jalen Hurts now, but when he had the little
he had them dreads.
Them dreads, I see it.
I'm telling you, that nigga was balling. He's always been that dude.
He was more seen like his freshman and sophomore year. He was more seen as a running quarterback. But when they would get up to it was the championship game against Georgia, and he was playing horrible the first half, and Saban benched him for Tua. Tua comes back and wins the championship. Jalen Hurts only sees the field again one more time the following season in the SEC championship game because Tua got hurt, but he balled out. So they was like, well, you know, what you gonna do now? Because Jalen Hurts' last, I think it was either his junior, senior year, but then he transferred to OU, and this was right after Kyler Murray had left Oklahoma. He following Kyler Murray, and he had one more year eligibility with Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln turned him into a Heisman finalist, and they made it to the college football playoffs. Lincoln Riley's teams played no defense, so Jalen Hurts knew he was going to be the focus of the offense, as opposed to Alabama, where Saban was gonna. He thought that Tua was a better thrower of the football. I mean, it's just what it was. And they focused more on the running game and defense there, too. But, yeah, I mean, Jalen, when they drafted him to Philadelphia, you know, it took him one season, because he became the starter his second year when they would cut ties with Carson Wentz, made the playoffs. I mean, every year for him as the starter, they've only gotten better. So, and Carson Wentz, a person like Carson Wentz can't handle that. But it don't surprise me because remember, Sean McVay picked up Baker Mayfield last year.
Baker.
Yeah, he picked up Baker Mayfield last year. What I want to say? Did y'all see that? Did y'all hear about that Joe Smith shit?
Yeah, I seen a little bit of a YouTube, the former NBA player.
Yeah.
His lady. I ain't really get too much into it. I just heard about it.
I didn't even read it.
I'm being people good.
So basically, his wife, he a former NBA player. His wife got an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't know about it. And when he found out about it, he wasn't happy. They was having an argument about it. Husband and wife having an argument, but she put it live on, I think it's on IG Live. She was doing the Jada Pinkett shit. You know, recording it, you know, having it live so everybody could hear all of their business. And then after that, he left the house. You know what I'm saying? He said, fuck it, I'm leaving. He left. Then the next day, she go on TMZ. She go on TMZ and basically trying to explain and defend herself. Then after that, she went on Cam's It Is What It Is podcast, and Cam was hitting on her something hard. And she was just letting it go. I'm like, these hoes out here is cold-blooded.
You know he got to it after that cast, though.
These hoes is cold blooded, bro.
Yeah, you never know what it could be. Listen, it could be payback. It could be payback for you because he is. I mean, it could be some type of payback for him cheating or something, or this and the third. You never know what people do.
No, she was
a porn star
before they met.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Are you? You know, so she been doing
it before they met. That's really on him though.
I'm arguing like you put your body on the line, babe. I'm doing mine too. No, this how you met her. Yeah, a leopard don't change his spot. You know what I'm saying? You ain't.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And you know, because he said if you can hear in the argument, he said, you know, when we first got together, you said that all of that stuff was changed, that stuff was gonna change, and that stuff was behind you. And she said, well, it was behind me at the time. So you didn't marry the man, you didn't got his money, but the hoe can't turn into a housewife, bro. That's what all I'm saying. Because that's who she is. When a person reveals himself, believe that shit.
You'll always revert back to what you do best.
And it sucks for him because he seemed like he really loved her, and he was willing to put all of that stuff aside. The fact of your background. This ain't no motherfucking Usher song, Shawty, I don't mind if you dance on a pole. This ain't that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
she was airing their financials out too. That's pretty cold.
That is cold, airing the financials out. He's had some financial trouble, and you putting his business out there like that, that's cold-blooded shit, bro.
And to be fair to Usher, if you listen to the lyrics, I don't think he was talking to somebody he was married to for a couple of years. He was probably talking to a girl he's trying to get cash from.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, even still, like, even if you to have that discussion, bro, that is a discussion between you and your husband. The fucking social media world don't need to see that shit, bro.
That's what they be wild, bro.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Man, when they start doing that joint like that, you just gotta shut it off. If they record that joint, man, just walk away, bro. You ain't gonna do that shit here, bro.
And that's what he did. He looked at her phone, he walked away, then she gonna walk into something. He upset because I'm like, and you won't stop. But the shit was when she went on TMZ, airing this man finances out, saying, I don't know, maybe we can work it out. And then the next day after that, him going on, it is what it is. And Cameron saying, I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention because I really like your cleavage.
Yeah. And she
like, okay. I'm like, oh.
It's like I mean,
you sack chasing.
I like it like when you marry a stripper or a porn star or something, it's like having a tiger. It's like having a pet tiger on your lap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna you got it for the reason. The reason why you got it is what makes it so dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what make it so dangerous? I'm trying to tell you, Mr. NBA player, you should know this because you probably have females all across the world or whatever. Coochie is everywhere. It don't matter if it's dangerous coochie. I mean, you can just good coochies can be found.
It's the same for real. It just come in different packages.
She is who you thought she was.
No, I don't think she is. That's the fucked up part. I really think he believed that she changed.
Well, that's his fault. We all got a homeboy like that.
I thought that is his fault. I mean, that's he's a porn star. That's sex worker. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, not saying she's inhuman or she's beneath anybody.
No, she's a porn star. She likes penises.
She has sexual money.
She can't just have one penis.
And she just can't have $1 bills neither.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucked up because you know when I watched the whole story, it hit a nerve for me. You know, it hit a nerve for me because I'm like, damn. But see, it hit a nerve for me because you know I got a home. You know, we all know this person. I'm not saying no names, but you know I don't have him on the podcast. But we got a homeboy who's in a situation like this right now with the same type of chick, and she straight up let this man know that you know what, I can't be with you because of this, that, and the third. Money was an issue. And I'm like, bruh, then you need to get her the fuck about your crib. I'm like, and I use myself an example. Don't make the same mistake as me, nigga. And I'm like, you need to get her the fuck about your crib, you know, and call me back the next day. You know what, man? I'm just gonna let God take care of it. I ain't gonna listen to what nobody else got to say. I said, you know what? You're a grown man, bro. I said, this is where some people get it messed up. I said, when a person reveals themselves to you, you need to believe it. I said, you're asking for God for the answers. He's giving you the answers. You just don't like the answer.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been racking my brain. I don't know who the fuck you talking about. I'm gonna have to ask you after the podcast.
I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you. But no, I mean, but that's real stuff though. It's like sometimes when you've heard plenty of people say, I'm gonna pray about it, I'm gonna let God show me the way. God is showing you the way, but you don't like the answer. And if you don't like the answer and you decide to proceed forward anyway, you're setting yourself up for heartache. You're setting yourself up for a lot of heartache. Look, I mean, y'all know about my situation. Both y'all niggas was telling me something that I didn't want to hear, but y'all was absolutely fucking right. And I had to find out the hard way. So I be trying to use myself as an example to my niggas. I don't be wanting to see y'all make the same mistakes. Like I don't want to see my boy put himself through unnecessary heartache, especially for a chick that he don't really know. I mean, ain't no pussy good enough to get burnt while I'm a Bennett. Real. Calvin, shut the fuck up, bro.
I told you, didn't I say something about the nigga singing?
Hey, look, I gotta break out a song on the heartache and pain. Hey, man, like, yeah, but that's that man, bro. He knew what time, bro. He knew what he was doing. That man. You can't run into the bullets and don't think you're gonna get shot. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Niggas get cheated on.
he knew she was shooting.
Oh, well, you think the porn star ain't gonna cheat on you?
Yeah,
Shut up.
but it's so many. But it's so many women, like regular women, that you could just get when you that young that you don't even have to deal with that type of thing. So I don't know. You can find your real natural woman.
And I'm looking at the background of their crib while she's doing this video. It's not like you niggas are living bummy. It's not like they living in the slums.
How long ago did his?
But nobody really know their finances, so you know.
Huh? What'd you say, Calvin?
How long ago did his NBA career end?
I would say his career ended about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Because he was drafted number 1 pick overall in the 95 draft, so he pushing 50.
It depends on what you did with your money and and how you was living afterwards when you that may have her changed. Because what she was saying is that their finances was bad and she was out here trying to make ends meet. So going back to how she knew how to make ends meet was being out there with her body, being a sex worker is what they call themselves now. Excuse me, I shouldn't call them porn stars, they're sex workers.
Oh, a thought box. I got you.
Yeah, that's what they. So I mean, that was she knew she was how to make her money.
How to make ends meet is by making niggas beat.
But that's the kind of you better go work at Wawa or something because you can't go back to that.
I mean, but can't you be like a hoe coach or something? You don't have to be showing your body, but you can show the other. Never mind. Let me shut up. The Bill Belichick. Call her Bill Belichick.
You can do what you want to do. Like it's your life.
Yeah.
But certain people gonna see you certain ways depending on what choices you make in life, and it's up to you whether or not you want to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have any word of advice for Joe Smith, if he was to happen to stumble upon this podcast, I would just say, bro, let it go.
And I think what's bad is like what transpired is one thing, but once it happens and a man is trying to have an intimate conversation, because if you're married with somebody, you got to have tough conversation, and he's trying to have a tough conversation. You're trying to have a tough conversation, and you go live.
Yeah, see, that's the disrespectful shit.
Upset. That's the bullshit.
Yeah, that's the disrespectful shit.
That right there should show you all you need to know.
Everything.
Yeah, because they feeding out that drama bring money. Maybe that nigga in on it.
Yeah. Hey, I had thought that for a second too.
Maybe they
But-
finance is bad that they in on it, and he like, yo, start
he-
this only paying shit. I'm gonna get upset. We gonna bring this money, and you start going that
I
way.
thought about that. They asked him that. He had an interview yesterday on the Morning Hustle, and they straight up asked, like, was this a plotted plan? He was like, this nigga look broken. I mean, I'm not saying broken in finances. He looked broken. He
I
was.
know what you mean, mentally, spiritually,
Yeah, he just looks broken.
his essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah,
this.
I feel you.
He's like, no. He said on one hand to God, everything I love. He said this is not. He said because a lot of people do that fake drama shit for clicks and likes and money. This nigga look like that's just. I don't know. It's just trifling. I hate to see shit like that. It strikes a nerve with me, but this is our society today. But anyway, let's get back to
Tough one,
football. Huh?
I said it's a tough one.
It is a tough one. Let's get back to football. I had a little segment of real nigga talk.
Nigga, shit.
Okay, Calvin, I will start with you with the picks. Let's get it rolling. It's some good.
We ain't even do the picks, boy. We done got all into the shit.
I know. It's some good matchups.
Yes, I did good. Don't start with me. I did good. I do good when I go last. No, I'm joking.
No, he do good when he want to go opposite or whatever the fuck I do, because I've been picking some horrible shit. You go ahead and knock me out the way.
Okay, well, no problem. All right, Sean. 7th place, Sean. I'm fucking with you, man.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know what's happening, bro.
Boy, Sean came out the season blazing, and now the last 4-5 weeks.
And been dropping ever since, boy. Just been dropping. But that's okay. Fuck it, nigga.
What you like?
Yo, Calvin, you tied up there with me now.
Oh, ain't that something?
Ain't that some shit? I mean, I'm still in 4th place. It's Lex, Keese, and Tony now, because Tony got us by a game.
Ain't that something?
Okay. Thursday night football, Carolina at Chicago. Sean.
Man, that's the shit bowl. I'm gonna go Carolina, I guess. You said they at Chicago?
At Chicago.
Man, they at home, but they ain't. Is Justin Fields gonna be back?
No.
Give me Carolina.
Okay. Indianapolis at New England.
Another shit bowl.
No, it is. Matter of fact, this game is in Germany. This is that 9:30 game that's in Germany.
And give me Indy.
Shane Falco. All right, now we get to the 1 o'clock games. Here we go. Now let's get to some interesting shit. Houston at Cincinnati.
Man, I should have went last. God damn, these games crazy. Houston. Well, I'm gonna go Cincy.
Okay. New Orleans at Minnesota. Josh Dobbs. Just put me in, coach. I know it's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
That's a wild one, too. Goddamn. Pretty good. You said
Yeah, Minnesota's won 5 straight. Both teams are 5-4 in this game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why they pretty even. And you said, what is it? Who's where?
New Orleans at Minnesota.
At Minnesota. I feel like they believe in Josh Dobbs. I feel like that boy that came and showed his way, he got another day under his belt. Anybody could do that and not have no practice and now have time to practice. I'm going to go with Minnesota.
That nigga was drawing up plays in the dirt last Sunday.
Yeah, nigga. Sticks down. You there and you go here.
He's like, if you ain't open, I'm just going to run it. Just make sure you believe.
Right.
Green Bay at Pittsburgh.
Give me Pittsburgh.
All right. Tennessee at Tampa Bay.
Tennessee.
You going with Levis?
Yeah, I'm going with 11.
Okay. Here's a good one. San Francisco at Jacksonville.
Ooh. Man, everything in my soul want Jacksonville to beat that ass. Let's see. And you say San Francisco at Jacksonville?
Yeah, now the 49ers are coming off of a bye week.
I know they're coming off of a bye week. And I'm pretty sure they probably go get Debo back. And they go Debo heavy. You know what? Let me get the 49ers because I've been picking all the bad teams. So, yeah, let me get the 49ers.
All right, another heavyweight fight. Cleveland at Baltimore.
Cleveland at Baltimore. Ooh, that is this fight. Let me get the Ravens.
Okay. Atlanta at Arizona. I think Kyler Murray is supposed to start this game. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I heard he back in the game. Atlanta. I'm gonna get Arizona.
Okay. Detroit at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Detroit.
Said that shit quick too. New York Giants at Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, Giants don't even have a fucking quarterback.
Yeah, they don't have nothing.
Washington at Seattle.
Seattle.
Okay. I don't know why the NFL didn't remove this game from Sunday Night Football, but New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders.
The fuck?
Ew. Oh man, that's tough.
Fuck.
Because I put in my trust in the Jets, thinking that defense go get them, and that they'll just run the ball, but they just keep fucking it up for me. And the Raiders, I feel like they all right, but they ain't gonna be their team ain't good enough to handle that defense. I still believe in defense, so fuck. Let me get the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders.
And Monday Night Football, Denver at Buffalo.
Buffalo. Let me get Buffalo.
Okay, so Sean has picked Carolina, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, San Francisco.
Let me get the Jets. Let me get the Jets.
Oh, you want the Jets?
Yeah, I feel like that defense is gonna be too much for the Raiders.
Okay.
I don't believe. I think that this gonna be too much, and I think that Zach can do something good. I don't know, dog. That's hard.
That's all right. Just take your time.
Give me the Jets.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So he has Baltimore over Cleveland, Arizona over Atlanta, Detroit over the Chargers, Dallas over the Giants, Seattle over Washington, the Jets over the Raiders, and Buffalo over Denver. Is that correct?
That'd be correct.
All right, mind-changing ass nigga. All right.
Help it, bro.
I get it. I get it. All right, Big C, it's up to you now, bro. Carolina at Chicago.
Carolina.
Okay. Indianapolis versus New England in Germany.
Oh, shit. New England.
Houston at Cincinnati.
I know he's Joe Montana, but I'm going to go Burrow.
You going with Burrow?
Yes, I am.
All right. New Orleans at Minnesota.
New Orleans.
Okay. Green Bay at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Tennessee at Tampa Bay.
Tennessee.
Okay. San Francisco at Jacksonville.
Come again. What you say now?
San Francisco at Jacksonville.
I'm going with San Fran.
All right. Cleveland at Baltimore.
I'm going Baltimore, but it's not as cut and dry as we think it is. I'm going Baltimore though, because they got Lamar, and I think Lamar is just doing his thing right now.
All right. Atlanta at Arizona.
Atlanta.
Okay.
I like Hank.
Detroit at the Chargers.
Detroit.
Okay. Giants at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
All right. Washington at Seattle.
Ooh. Man, I go Seattle.
All right. The Jets at the Raiders.
I'm going to Jets.
Okay. and Denver at Buffalo.
I'm going Denver.
Really now?
Yeah, I'm
You're
going.
gonna fuck up your score by going with us. Okay, I'm just playing. All right, Calvin's picks are as follows: Carolina, New England, Cincinnati, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, San Francisco, Baltimore, Atlanta, Detroit, Dallas, Seattle, the Jets, and Denver. That sound about right?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's my turn, and some of these games are tough, but Thursday night, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. Any faith I had in Carolina, they gave it away when they lost to the Colts. And speaking of the Colts, I am going to pick them to beat the Patriots. I'm going Indy over New England. Houston and Cincinnati, come on, man. I know C.J. Stroud is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, but Burrow's back. Now, something to pay attention to, though. Jamar Chase did kind of bang up his back a little bit. So his status is probably going to be up in the air.
He had in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Huh?
I said, no, I was joking. I said his back hurt from trying to carry the team the first 3 years, three games of the season.
Yeah, well, hey, that was a load. New Orleans at Minnesota. The Josh Dobbs story was cool, but I'm going to go with the NO. I'm going to go with the NO for this one, just like their defense. Green Bay at Pittsburgh. Hey, I ain't going against Tomlin, not with Jordan Love. That's for damn sure. Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Every time I pick y'all motherfuckers, y'all lose.
Man, spare me them dramatics, man, and take Tennessee. Stop playing with me.
All right, man. Fuck it. Okay.
Trying to be dramatic. You knew good and goddamn well.
No, I'm going with Tampa Bay. I am.
What?
I'm going with Tampa Bay. You heard me. San Francisco at Jacksonville. I'm going with the 49ers. Cleveland at Baltimore. I agree with you, Calvin. I'm going with Baltimore, but it's not nearly as cut and dry. And again, I'm going to say this again. Beware the letdown after you have a thumping win over a supposed to be good team. But I'm going to pick Baltimore anyway. Atlanta versus Arizona. I'm going ATL. Detroit at the Chargers. Detroit's coming off of a bye week. The Chargers might as well had a bye week last night playing the Jets. The Giants in Dallas. I'm going with Dallas. Everybody going to go with Dallas this week. Washington and Seattle. I like Seattle. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I think Geno will pull it out. The Jets and the Raiders. I'm going to pick the Raiders just because you two niggas picked the Jets. Because I really don't know who to pick in that game.
He did go back and pick the Jets.
He did, didn't he? Denver and Buffalo. We're coming off a bye week, and Buffalo is in a must-win situation. I'm going to go with Buffalo. So my picks are as follows: Chicago, the Colts, the Bengals, the Saints, Steelers, Buccaneers, 49ers, Ravens, Falcons, Lions, Cowboys, Seahawks, Raiders, and Bills. There you have it. All right, so fellas, I'm gonna get this dad shit out the way. Plus, I really need to go make me some tea for my cold having ass voice.
Yeah.
I thought you was getting your British thing on.
Huh?
I thought you was getting your British thing on. You said some tea.
Yeah, a hot toddy. That's what I'm about to make, bro.
Hot toddies.
That's right.
Look at.
Hot toddy. You already know. But any side notes before we exit?
No sir.
I wish you niggas feel ice. No, I'm joking.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, I've been watching them Dave Chappelle Jones at work, man. I wish you ill Ice T. You remember?
I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you, nobody else but you. So,
As I'm sure, as I sip my soda, I'm sure.
All right, well, A Boogie gonna come over here Saturday and show me how to do this joint where I can have multiple people on the YouTube live, so we can start doing it that way too. And then maybe we can start some post-game shit going on after each game, you know, minus the drama.
I don't know, man. You gotta get some.
You said what?
I don't know, man. Motherfuckers be in their feelings, man. I can't.
Yeah, it's all love. It is all love.
Yeah, as long as niggas understand this is a shit talking podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Listen, long I agree, but I'm gonna be honest. If we be in Canada, all y'all NFC East niggas are kind of sensitive. If I be
I'm
honest,
fucking weak.
The shoe was on the other foot. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the same thing.
No, I told you. If the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't even came on the podcast, nigga, because that's how mad I would have been.
Hey, that's how he was after they lost to the Jets. This nigga was furious.
Because I know me, nigga, I would have just kept away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm serious though. I don't know if I'm gonna start a post game thing right after right this weekend. But maybe once the regular season is over with, we come and do a post game joint for the playoffs and shit like that. And so that way next season we can do a post game joint after all the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games have gone off. The entirety of next season.
Well, next season, yeah, we gotta go. If you come up with a format, yeah, we could do that again.
Yeah, well, that's what's gonna be happening on Saturday. That's what's gonna be happening on Saturday. We'll do a test run, and like I said, we can start it when the playoffs come.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's funny I'm talking to you now. You want to know what I did on my break, Brian? I went to the Bojangles, right? Don't say nothing.
Okay.
I went to the Bojangles telling you about, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, hi, can I take you? I said, listen to me. She said, what? I don't want none of that chicken y'all got down there. I went to the Staples Mill, and the shit was amazing. I don't care how long it takes. I want some fresh motherfucking chicken, man. Now, I'm serious as a heart attack. The manager on the play, and that shit was bomb. They've been fucking with me, Brandon.
Yup.
They've been hoes. I've been had.
You've been getting that dry ass chicken that's been sitting for 2 hours.
They've been giving me that motherfucking chicken on break. That motherfucking funeral chicken.
Yeah.
In the basement, I serve the little roll. And that little it's banquet chicken. That's what they've been serving me. The little frozen banquet chicken. No, I want the real shit.
Hey, bro. Hey, Sean. It was 2 weeks ago when Calvin came over here, and he said, because he wanted to stop and get some Popeyes, but it was already after 1 o'clock. I said, well, there's a Bojangles literally, right down the street from me. And Calvin's like, God damn, I don't want that repassed chicken. That's all right. It is what it is, though. So when he came over here with the box of chicken, it was fresh chicken, and that shit was amazing. Calvin was in us. He was literally fucking shocked. He was like, oh, my God. He said, this is not how they cook it at the Bojangles in my job.
That nigga was amazed by how they cook.
Bro, I'm dead ass serious. This nigga was crushing. He was like, in these biscuits? Oh, my God. He said, wait a minute. He said, Brandon, I lie to you not. The one in my job, the shit be all dry. I said, you getting that chicken that's been sitting for a couple of hours, and them niggas just don't feel like cooking no new chicken. I said, they got one near your mom's house on 9 Mile Road. So he went to the one. This nigga been on a Bojangles tour for the last 2 weeks.
Man, let me tell you something.
It depends on where you get it from, bro. You can't get it everywhere.
It's just like Chinese food. All Chinese food have the same shit, but depending on where you go, some shit is different. It's better. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That shit was immaculate. Like the biscuit, I can't even describe the biscuit.
That nigga had that butter biscuit. He had that biscuit that just came out the oven.
Yeah.
Just put it on the pan.
Melted, it's pretty little raindrops in my mouth.
You had that fresh out the oven biscuit.
That joint that damn near break when you pick it up because it's so fresh.
Man,
that soft ass shit. Yeah.
The shit on commercial when they pull it apart and they got all that hot breath coming out of it.
Yeah.
That nigga had a steamy biscuit.
That nigga had the biscuit where if you poke your finger in it leave a fingerprint. That's how soft and fluffy that shit is.
Yeah.
So he called me after he went to the one on 9 Mile. He said, Brandon, that fucking Bojangles was amazing too. What the fuck is going on with the Bojangles that's near me? I said, them niggas must be just lazy. So it's funny as a bitch that he told me that he demanded fresh cooked chicken. And see?
What? The one near you?
The one near his job.
And what makes us
that's what I'm saying.
So we
That's what I'm
grown. So we grown. So let's call it what it is. You know, growing up, if you wanted some good shit, you go to where the white folks at. Like the McDonald's where you at, and the well, not where you at, Sean. You where the white folks. But the McDonald's around the hood, the McDonald's around the hood is different from the McDonald's in Short Pump. It is what it is.
It is.
Okay.
Hey, nigga,
So,
black people out here,
okay.
too. What you talking about?
Okay. I'm just saying they just on their best behavior. Let me finish that.
I'm fucking
out there-
weak.
I'm out there in Hanover. You know what I'm saying? Why? There's no way I should be getting Southside service in Hanover. You be mad too.
That nigga said he getting JD chicken, bro.
Hey, look, I'm not.
That nigga getting Jefferson Davis chicken.
I'm not really a fast food eater. I go to like a lot of mom and pop junks.
Oh shit.
Okay, shit. I can't really fuck with Bojangles and them. I got to do like local chains and shit that ain't like big business and shit like that. I can't fuck with them.
I feel
No.
like them Jones is cooked from the soul.
Yeah, I need somebody who feel like if they fuck up a meal, it's going put their business under.
Okay, so she go in there and be like, y'all struggling?
I need somebody who, if you put a bad review on them, it might fuck up their business or something, and it's their livelihood. Because they cook more with passion, and they got to make sure that shit right.
So
Besides just going in there with 15-year-old Reek and them back there burning your business.
doing TikTok and shit while you in the
Yeah, doing TikTok in the freezer.
So basically,
Yeah, he wants the restaurant where it's an old person back there cooking because, like you said, it's his livelihood.
Yeah.
So basically, you want them cooking like they life dependent, like their livelihood on the line. I got you.
Cause you ain't want your Popeyes chicken when we was working at that motherfucker.
Hey, man, don't be incriminating us. We was nice to people, shit, bro. Depends on who you was.
Uh-huh.
Depending on who you were.
Oh, nigga, that's a story that I'm not telling right now.
You want some juice, nigga?
You want some juice? That's right. Oh, shit. That's right. You want some juice, nigga?
Man, that Popeyes by Highland Springs was lit, bro.
Yes, it was, bro.
Which one y'all talking
I
about?
called
The
you
one
when you come here.
It's not a Popeyes no more. You know where the Hardee's is at?
that used to be a Popeye?
The store right across the
Yeah.
street. I think it's like a loan place now. But it used to be a Popeyes.
God damn, how long ago was that?
Nigga, we said high school, nigga.
Wait,
We said high school, nigga.
nigga said when we was in high school, so that should tell you how back it was.
Exactly.
That's 30 years ago.
No, it's not. Look, all right, look, motherfucker.
You tripping.
Early 2000s, nigga. Damn.
God damn, bro.
God damn.
Damn,
You want to go back to the 90s? You see how he tried to shade us right there?
He tried to say the old little foot.
In the late 1900s.
Nigga, you was in high school the same time we was, nigga. Shut up.
In the medieval days.
That was back when we used to catch the trolley to high school. No, you've been on a Bojangles tour for the last 2 weeks. The shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
Breakfast and everything, nigga.
I'm serious, cause he really did not want to bring Bojangles over. He kept saying that's repast chicken, and I was like, what? I think a church's is repast chicken.
I'm glad you found your Bojangles that work.
Thank you.
But anyway, fellas, man, I'm gonna get on up out of here and take me some goddamn medicine.
Bye.
Yeah, I ready and go to the liquor store.
Oh yeah, you got an hour before it closes.
Hey man,
Hurry up.
Ain't no close till 10.
Oh, you got one of them around you,
Got one. I got two of them around me, boy.
boy?
Two up.
See, and you in a black neighborhood too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
wow.
Me now.
That's why.
That's why it's still open, my boy.
Oh my goodness. All right, you guys.
All right.
I'm gonna hit y'all up, bro.
All right, yeah.
All right. All them dudes is priceless. All them my brothers right there. Them my brothers. I apologize for all the coughing that y'all heard in the background. But with that being said, where the buzzer, where the buzzer, where the buzzer. Oh, not much for me to talk about on the basketball front yet because the season is still so early. I mean, they started that in-season tournament, and we had a spirited debate on the chat line because I think the play-in tournament is dumb. It's because I think the NBA has fallen off to where they're resorting to this gimmick to try to get players to value the regular season again. So that'll be one thing we talk about, particularly when we go on the live front. And we'll talk about that really soon. But definitely another shout out to Too Tough Sports League on Twitch, the Madden Gaming League. Shout out to Cash Sales. And shout out to Sean and Calvin, definitely. And shout out to all my Prediction League family as well. It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. I'm out this beer. Peace. Love you.